Hey guys, welcome back. 5-Hour Show, Raymond here. Let's get started. So what do we have here? We've got the Takara Braveline Firebird, or Firebird is what I call it, but it's the Firebird. And in this case, this one is known as the Jet Saber. So as you can see, I made a video about him a while back, and for a while I was looking for either parts and pieces to complete this one, notably the foot. You guys see that it's missing a fin, and that's the one thing that kind of just I don't like is the foot. But oh well, can't really do much about it, except it looks even worse without one. So of course something's missing. I need to make sure that I get that part or piece, as soon as possible. Of course, it's also missing a weapon, which is like a spear sword. That I'm not too concerned with. It doesn't bother me. The shield did, because the shield is actually part of the jet mode. But also the foot. The foot is one of the fins. So, of course, it irritates me. It gets on my nerves, and I'm sure most collectors are this way. I'm not the only one. If you're a collector for toys and you love complete to semi-complete toys, then you're gonna have this same issue. Of course, I can live without it, but I'd rather not. So I can live without the spear, that's fine. But I need that foot. It's got to have the foot. It's going to bother me for the rest of my life. And that's the thing I don't like. So, of course, yours truly went shopping for the past few months, of course. And I came across 2 deals this November because I was just looking. And I came across 2 good deals that I thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to, pull the trigger on these. And then I bought it for 1,700 yen. The second purchase I bought for 2,000 yen. But without further ado, let's get started with our unboxing and, of course, our completion. So here's a box, that one of 2 that we're going to be unboxing. All right, camera adjusted. So without further ado, let's get this guy out of the way for now. And without further ado, let's crack this open. Of course, this is it's a Mercari box. But is this Kuroneko? I think this is Kuroneko, but I don't know. So anyway, let's open it up, and here we go. It's the shopping animation. And oh, sorry guys, but there we go. So I was able to find these for a really good price. I get the police car, I get another Saber jet, of course, and I get other parts and pieces. So, of course, we're gonna open these up now. Let's start with this one. Oh, okay. All right, let's get this out. So yeah, this is one of the things that really got my attention, is that you got some of the weapons for those toys, and it's I believe it's, yeah, see, it's 3 weapons. So I'm actually really happy to have those, plus this head, which is the police car battle mask, But I forgot how it works. But anyway, these 4 pieces alone were worth it, of course. So as the Jet Saber jet. But not to leave this guy out, the reason I was okay with it was because I need parts for this one. However, the seller was kind enough to notify us that it was missing, which is not such a bad thing, but a pin. So it's just a simple pin that was missing. But other than that, the toy seems to be pretty decent. So I'm okay with that. As for this guy, let's see. You guys have seen me do this one many, many times. And I do like this guy. And he's got a little kanji written on him right here. So somebody wrote his name on it. Said, hey, Mama said, put your name on it because I don't want you losing it. I don't want you getting in a fight. And I know exactly what she meant by that. When I was a kid, I had the same toy as another kid. He stole it from me. He said it was his. He put his name on it. And then there was no way I can prove that it was mine. So yeah. School was a bitch back in the day. But anyway, so you guys have seen that one before. These are the parts. And of course, we get to the main part of this unboxing, which is the Jet Saber. Now, if I look at this closely, the only thing I need to do is that. I would just need to wash it maybe. And then and there we go. This I'm not worried about, but I don't toss out my junk toys because I can use landing gears, screws, joint pieces for whatever reason. So it doesn't matter. Of course, these wings, initially I thought these wings would be cool, but then I saw how they're taped on here, and it's just, the sticker is peeling. There's no stickers there. Well, this one doesn't either, but that one's better. So, of course, the one I got before was in much nicer condition. But, nevertheless, it's got the cockpit piece, which is actually a pretty good piece for these toys. And I'm happy to say that this guy is now complete because of the 1 foot. See, now it looks really nice. It looks very displayable. And that's one thing that I'm actually working on, but just not ready yet. Anyway, let's go on to the second unboxing, guys. So let's put some of this stuff to the curb. Parts, pieces, weapons. But let's leave this guy over here to the side. And here we go. This is the second unboxing. So without further ado, let's crack it open and pull it out. Uh-oh. Not always, but 99% of the time, Japanese people pack these things better than I've ever seen anywhere in the world. I'm guessing including China. Look at that. So well packed. And again, this one, I bought it for 2,000 yen. But the reason was because I said, you know what? And you guys are like, what? And it's like, well, yeah, you know, it's that OCD, man. It's the OCD. But I gotta tell you guys, this one here, the stickers are pristine. Look at that. Look at the stickers around the cockpit. Even mine doesn't have that. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to put that back on there. Popped out. But even mine doesn't have that. And so I kind of like that. And it's like, wow. And then, of course, it does have all the parts. The only sticker that's messed up, which I'm okay with, is the little piece here. It's supposed to be red, kind of like that. You know, and that's it. Other than that, it's vintage used, but it's in great shape. And I dig it. I love it. I love jets too much, I guess. So, yeah, that's the thing. Is like you bring this down, and then you have your Jet Saber. This clips in here supposedly. Okay. And that's it right there. Sorry. So of course it's a cool looking jet, and it's nicer than, like I said, nicer than mine. And like I said, this popped out, but there we go. So I now have 2 Jet Sabers. Well, technically I have 3, but I consider those nice, and I even consider them complete, even though it's missing the one saber piece, because, you know, the weapon, it's just that for a jet, I get it. It's called Jet Saber. So he would have a saber. He's got a shield, so of course he should have a saber. But I just, as a jet, I would consider him to not have that kind of a weapon. He should have a caliber gun of some sort. You know, kind of like Top Gun or whatever. But yeah, that's the thing is, it's the original weapon that came with this Takara toy that I don't really like. And again, I can't explain why I don't like it. That's just, you know, some people out there may not like the gun that Optimus Prime came with. I personally love it. But someone could say, hey, I don't like this gun for this truck robot. You know, but what are you going to do? It's people's preferences, and that's what it is. So in my case here, today, at least I'm lucky enough that I was able to physically complete the body of this first Jet Saber. And then I was able to pick up this second one, which is just such a nice piece. It's even got the stickers on there, you know, as opposed to the one I have, which doesn't have those stickers. Which does not really matter whether they have it or not. But I like this toy. I like the robot, except the foot thing. The foot thing does bother me, but again, what are you going to do? But I love the jet mode. You know, this does bother me a little, just a little. But again, what are you going to do? Takara designers designed this toy this way, and they designed it that way because that's what they had to do. That was their creativity. That's what they did. But the function that I may not have shown you last time is this. This toy is a combiner toy. And that's the combiner head. The 2 legs become the combiner arms. And then you have another combiner, 2 more combiners, and they turn. One is a jumbo jet and the other is a space shuttle, and they turn into the legs and torso of the combiner. So it was kind of a strange combiner, but it was made out of jets, and that I actually liked. So anyway, that's what we have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. These awesome toys that I just can't get enough of. I consider these Takara's other Transformers. So with this one, Jet Saber, I was happy to complete the first one I got, and I happily picked up a second semi-complete one. I mean, again, they're only missing that saber, but it does not matter. That does it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video on Jet Saber, part 2. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. It'll help us grow. It'll help us out. Share, like, comment. Let us know what you think. And with that, I say thank you, and God bless you in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Take care of yourselves and each other. And I will gladly see you guys on the next episode of 5 Hour Show. Take care, guys. Have a good one.